Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome to Take the Points.
A true underdog podcast.
Yeet.
Yeet. That's one I haven't heard in a while.
I like
it's an oldie
yeet.
but a goodie. Yeet.
If you're watching pro wrestling, Yeet is alive and thriving.
Oh,
You
really?
and your
Out there. Yeah, Jey Uso.
wrestling, bro. The
Which
wrestling
maybe I'll put you
reference.
guys on the spot right now. Do you guys want to go with me to Monday Night Raw in July?
I already
No.
said yes. I already said
Oh,
I
you
do.
did already say it.
No.
What's the date of that?
July something. 27th, I think.
Okay. Well, yeah, count me in.
All
Too
right,
expensive.
sick.
Too expensive.
Get out of here.
I don't have that Wilson Steve money, bro.
Okay,
Come on.
show me your W-2s, and we'll tell you what you can afford.
I can tell you that
please.
it's higher than mine, for sure.
Oh, please. Don't give me that
Yep.
shit.
hmm
How we doing today, boys? We good?
We're good. Life's good.
There's so much going on. This is one of the most jacked I've been to talk sports in this episode because I feel like the past couple weeks have been dead. And now we have
Wow.
like 10 things this episode I want to talk about.
Wow. Well, I haven't felt like it's ever died down for me in the way that it normally does in the summer because I'm so
Yeah.
into the Tigers and because, like,
Hell
I don't
yeah.
know, there was, even though they weren't the most exciting NBA finals, they were just there, just
Yeah.
now. So I feel
Yeah.
like this is usually the spot in the summer where it really starts to die down for me. So I'm glad to hear that you're feeling so jacked up about all the sports things going on.
I can't help it. There's so much. And anyways, where do we want to start? My topics I want to discuss today that we have to talk about. One, we got to start with the Beasley news. I think
Got to.
has to be number one with the bullet. I also
Terrible
want to
news.
talk a little bit of Red Wings. I got to get on my high horse about the Red Wings. I'm Yzerplan, Yzerfail. I'm in a dark place. I need to talk through it, and then
Yeah, we'll let you cook.
yeah. WNBA returning to Detroit. Let's
Big
go.
news today.
Huge
I'm
news.
so stoked about that. Like, I'm not even kidding at all. I am very, very excited about that.
Will it be the Detroit Shock? Did you see that
Uh,
they filed for copyright on Detroit Shock to have
Really? Oh,
could be
yeah,
could
bring
be
it
the
back.
Shock. Are we
Let's
bringing
go
Bill Lambier back to coach?
Let's go
them?
see some layups, baby. Let's go.
Love it.
See, and Steve, that is why a lot of, particularly guys, will be like, not super excited about it or kind of trying to make it like a funny thing. But dude, no, WNBA
No, it
freaking
is
rocks. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see Caitlin Clark in person. I'm gonna go when they come. I mean, this is
Oh, yeah, she's a
years
draw.
from now. Still, this is like 3 years from now
Yeah,
or something.
2029, I think
Or
they said.
4 years from now. But
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
I mean, I'm for sure gonna go to some games, no doubt.
Caitlin Clark
Yeah.
will be a grizzled vet by then.
I know.
Good for her.
It's like we talked about when we were talking about when Caitlin Clark came in or was coming to the WNBA. Remember we said that it was the NCAA year that tournament that year that right the women's game is just it's more passing finesse, right? Like you're not getting dunks and stuff like you see in
Yeah.
the men's, but I enjoy watching it just as much. Now I got to be honest, like I thought I was going to be a huge like Caitlin Clark watcher, but I mean the games. I mean, if they're on, I may put them on for a couple minutes, but I'm mostly catching highlights on
Yeah.
Sports Center and stuff when they're on. That's just like the reality of probably where I'm at with it. But yeah, if we have a team here, will I go to a game? Yes, 100% I will.
Yeah.
I think by having it here in Detroit, I'll be more invested. Like we used to go when the Shock were here. My dad used to take us all the time to go because
I never
Why
went.
not?
I've never been to a WNBA.
they were
game.
so good.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Swim Cash, they were so good. That team was great.
Yep.
Anyways, those were the three things I wanted to talk about. I don't know, and that Tigers obviously yesterday was sick with Scooble on the mound Sunday Night
Oh,
Baseball.
yeah.
Dude, it was ridiculous. He had struck out 8 out of 9 batters at one
Dude.
point.
It's insane. He's a
he was
beast.
So good. Steve and I went to the game last week, Steve, on Tuesday,
Yeah.
I think, and it was probably like his worst outing of the year. He gave up
He gave up
two-run shots.
2 dingers right off the bat. Two two-run
First
shots
pitch.
with the first 2 innings. Yeah.
Brutal.
First pitch home
And
runs,
I
and,
was like,
you
all
guys
right,
had to.
here we go. We're getting a discount, right?
Yeah.
Because he's
You were
falling
also
off.
sitting through rain delay too for like over an hour, weren't you?
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
good.
I mean, we endured it. We really went, we grinded it out. True fans at the bar.
It's
Yeah, we
amazing.
did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But it was a great time. We were collaborating on the pod, getting fresh ideas going. It was
Yeah.
great.
Wow, I feel
Um,
pretty left out. So,
Well,
Yes.
listen, I fired off. I got one extra ticket. Steve responded. First come,
Mhm.
first serve, baby. That's
'cause
it.
I'm-
Yep.
I was working.
That's it. You're grinding, baby.
We know who's working.
Speaking of working, you know who's not working right now is
Who?
Malik Beasley.
Oh yeah.
So news broke yesterday. For those that have not heard and live under a shell, Malik Beasley currently under potential investigation, or we'll say he's under investigation, has not been charged yet for some unusual betting activity that they, based on what I read from the CBS Sports article, said there was some unusual betting activity on Beasley props beginning in early 2024 in a January 31st, 2024 matchup between the Bucks and the Blazers. So this was not when he was on the Pistons, based on what they're saying. The odds of him recording less than 2.5 rebounds moved significantly before the game. Bottom line here, gambling, sports, bad is all I got to say about this. This is a horrible look for Beasley and really not great for the Pistons. But what was your guys' initial reaction when you saw the story break?
Well, initially, I thought it was going to be, I don't know that it's, I guess I don't know how they determined that it was him or that he influenced somebody to do that, as opposed to just somebody who's like got some heavy cash and is like, I'm going to chuck it on this random stat that Malik Beasley gets over or under 2.5 rebounds. Like, how do they specifically pin it on him? Because my first reaction is like, I thought that they had a smoking gun, like he's done, as opposed to just there's an investigation and it could or could not show that he actually was a part of it.
I feel like there's smoke here is my initial thought. Like, Wilson, I agree with you. This feels like this is one isolated example potentially that CBS Sports happened to get a hold of. But I mean, everything's recorded these days too, like digitally. Like if they saw big swings on these numbers, especially on these player props like this, somehow they connected the dots with Beasley. Like the fact that they said his agent came out and said like he's afforded the right of the Constitution. As of right now, no charges have been filed. That to me screams like there's charges coming at some point. Just
like
breeding
that says you're
breeding
not
through those lines.
like when you're innocent, you like deny the claims. If there's something on you, just like, well, nothing's official yet.
And he hasn't denied anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I think just his attorney, I think, came out with that statement yesterday. But this feels like the dude before the draft that got stuck. Wasn't he smoking a bong or something? And then like right before his draft pick, like,
yeah,
this is the worst timing ever for this to happen.
He was about to get a $14 million a year contract for 3 years, I think, like 42 mil 3 years.
And that was a good deal too. That was a good contract for us.
Oh,
would have been great.
Because I think they were trying to keep him under that mid-level exception because that keeps you below the first apron, which is what they wanted to do
too. Yeah,
100%.
But I guess my original point is there still a chance at all in your guys' mind that they don't find something and it's just like, oh, it's correlated. They don't find that it's actually him. They just see that the stat moved and they can't prove that it was him who placed the bet.
So here's what I think is. It's really similar to the Terry Rozier situation, where in January, was it January this year? They dropped like, I guess the difference was Terry Rozier was already like under contract, right? But he played. And if this is a federal investigation, it's not going to get sorted out by, you know what I mean? Like August 10th, right? Like this is going to take some time. So it sounds similar, and Terry Rozier's case was there was unusual betting patterns related to a game that he was playing in, and that's what sounds like happened to Malik here. That a big increase in bets on the under of his 2.5 rebounds. But Robbie, to your point, is that the only thing they found, or just what they've released? I don't know.
I don't think we have enough at this point to know what it is. That's why I go back to my original thing of just it doesn't look good. The jokes coming into about the Knicks series is hilarious. Like, was he betting the under on himself in the Knicks series because he played like ass? Which is just so. All these clips surfacing now online. Like if you go just search his name, it's like he's letting guys fly by him. It's like. There's like I think the spread was like 9 in one game and he goes full court to make it 7, like to get under, like, how you can find those things that feels like it's just, there is the short-term thing of like, I liked Beasley. I was okay with bringing him back on the right contract. I don't think we needed to overpay. I would have been totally okay with this number. It's just, it's a big hit for us because I think moving forward, like, what do you do if you're the Pistons at this point? I don't think they're going to touch him with a 10-foot pole right now because he is toxic. And I think maybe you could bring him back eventually later in the summer on a 1-year deal if everything ends up working out. But there's no teams with cap space. there's going to be just a decent free agent class where guys are going to jump in and sign these other guys because you got to fill a roster out. It may be another 1 year, $10 million deal for him. You know what I mean? If he ends up clearing these charges, is my guess. But
I mean, I think he's a significant enough heartbeat of the team, of what we did last year.
Oh, yeah,
that you take the chance on a 1 year deal. If you can get him at super value like that, like $9-10 million or something,
take that all day.
I would do it.
Yeah. It's just bad. It's a bad, remember he penned that letter to the city.
Yeah.
People gave him some shit for it of like, all right, was it genuine? Was that like a Pistons thing? But like, you look at him this season, he brought some grit to this team. And I think he shot damn near 40% from three this year. Like, had a horrible playoffs, which it is what it is. Like, he just didn't play well in the playoffs. But you look at our team next year now, Tim Hardaway has not been re-signed. I have a feeling he will get re-signed in light of this. I think give him a 1 year deal, maybe 2 for like 14 mil or something like that.
Whatever's cheap for him.
Yeah, because like Fontecchio can't cover this role.
No, but somebody else that maybe not to the same extent, but that has a history of doing like what Beasley did last year is like Duncan Robinson, dude. Dude's been underutilized in Miami for the last couple of years, has had some lights out 3-point shooting years. I mean, we could bring a guy like that in. So that's why I don't think it's, even though, like I said, he was a huge part of the team last year, it's not catastrophic for us in any way, because there's options of guys to bring in who can add similar to what he did.
Yeah, we talked about Nickeil Alexander-Walker as well. I mean,
I like him.
The thing is, I think, Rob, you mentioned it too, is the Pistons have to move on, right? You can't just sit around and say, oh, we're going to wait for Malik because he was our number one. Right. You have to operate as if he's gone. Yeah. Right? And if he comes back later, cool. Right?
Do you think, Steve, and Wilson, you too, like the draft, this was some conversation, do you think, based on who the Pistons drafted with Chaz Lanier, who is he's good at one thing, he's one thing only, and he's great at shooting threes. He shot like 40% that 1 year at Tennessee. But do you feel like there was maybe some smoke before the draft, which is why they picked that? Or they needed shooting anyways? It sounded like the way these reports come out of like he was on the verge of inking a deal, it made it sound like it was like 2 days ago he was about to ink this deal. So I don't know if that pick was done in isolation, but I like the Lanier pick because he's good at second round, 30, whatever he was. Like, I like that pick, but I do wonder if there was any smoke here. Maybe they said, hey, we got to get a shooter just to make sure we got one. But I don't know if that was the case.
Yeah, I don't know if it was associated to that, but I mean, I think that's part of the long-term game plan, no matter what anyway, right? Getting a good shooter in the draft.
Yeah, Cade needs a space.
I doubt that that they knew at that point, based on the fact that it sounds like we were continuing towards a deal. But either way, with Tim Hardaway being unsigned, and you never know if they were actually going to get the deal done with Malik Beasley. I think it was the right move either way. He's a very similar, to your point, player. They're both 6'4", so like decent sized guards that can shoot the ball like crazy. I really like that pick. Yeah, I don't really understand why he didn't go in the first round. I mean, he's a proven leader on team, very successful team, proven shooter, great size. So I think we got a really good pick in the second round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's more of a spot up shooter, which probably is made different from him with Beasley. Beasley's a little bit better off the pick and roll, or off a screen, I should say, right? Where Lanier's a bit more like just kind of like pop and shoot type guy, which is still fine. I mean, again, if we end up getting rid of a guy like Fontecchio, which dear God, I hope we can catch a second round pick, get his ass out of here. Like Lanier just slides right into that spot. He's younger, he's cheaper, he's more athletic than Fontecchio is. It'll clear a ton of cap space. I heard Bill Simmons was talking today. I was listening to his big NBA pod this morning when I was working out, just about the offseason. They spent a good 10 minutes on the Pistons. A couple names that also popped up. They said Ty Jerome coming over from Cleveland could be an option too. Like, could play a little guard, get Cade moving off ball. The question is going to be how much money is he going to want? But there's, Karis LeVert. Like, I think I'm good on that.
Yeah,
like, I'd rather go with Jerome, but there's not a ton of guys out there. But there's going to be someone that can fill it.
Oh, definitely.
Somewhat of the void. Maybe assign 2 guys too, just to be like, all right, one of you needs to work out instead of, last year was pretty much just Beasley. But those were some other names that they threw out. Steve, along with what's his face that you just said. And then I think it was Finney Smith from Dallas.
Yeah,
or used to be with Dallas, got thrown out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that people underestimate the value of adding those mid-level guys and like just want the star. But if you add Ty Jerome and Finney Smith, you got a great 3-and-D guy there. Ty Jerome's a baller who also brings some attitude, like Beasley.
Yeah.
Like, that's a huge change for our team, bringing in those two guys.
Yeah.
Even though it's not star power name.
And I still think, too, Trajan said in the presser last week or whatever that he was just going to make moves, around the margins. And
damn it.
Yeah, but at the same time, you got to kind of keep your cards close to your vest, I think, as a GM. So I don't, maybe that takes my dream of Jaren Jackson Jr. off the table, but I still think you can make a move. And obviously, Tobias Harris is the candidate. He's got $23 million on an expiring contract. Go and get, again, I think we've talked about this before, is Michael Porter Jr. a guy who's kind of fallen out of favor in Denver, and you can get him on the cheap, right? To get, Fontecchio and Tobias and a handful of seconds or something, get that deal done. That'd be great. Does that make us the number one team in the East? No, but it's an upgrade for sure.
It goes back to what we talked about last week of, I don't think we need to make that crazy huge splash right now. We can make these moves on the margin, see what's happening midway through the season. If we want to execute something bigger during the trade deadline, we can do that. It gives us the ability to, we'll put ourselves in a position to contend for top 4 seed in the playoffs, and then we can make that decision on, do we want to go all in on this year right now or not?
Yeah.
Other thing I love, Steve, is that you want Jaren Jackson Jr., and I brought up Duncan Robinson. We're vying for each other's schools, guys, because Jaren Jackson's one of my favorite Spartans.
Yeah.
Obviously, Duncan Robinson.
Meanwhile, we're going to sign Karis LeVert, and you both are fine.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That's probably what's going to happen. It's like the two ends of the spectrum. We're going to just meet in the middle and go ahead and go with Karis LeVert.
Maybe Chris Kaman come out of retirement and we'll get a chip.
There we go.
See,
fire up chips, baby.
44-year-old Chris Kaman.
Love it. Dude, he was solid, man.
Yeah, he was for a little bit.
Yeah, he was good. But yeah, then I think the NBA too is just real quick on non-Pistons related. I've just really gotten interested in like the salary cap and the tax aprons, and it's been really fascinating.
Good for you.
If you see what's happening across the NBA right now, I think it's very interesting. I think you are seeing the reality of kind of this, even though it's like a soft cap, but they have this like these, first and second tax aprons now that are included, is you're not seeing guys in free agency get this massive money you saw 4 or 5 years ago. Like these teams are hard. They're hard up against it with these aprons. Like that's why the Pistons and the Nets are like one of the only two teams with cap space. That's where I think you see a guy like Beasley Wilson, to your point of like that contract was pretty good. If that's like 4 years ago and you're getting like a Jeremy Grant contract of like 3 years, 80 mil or whatever it is, like that's what numbers were being. I mean, look at Tim Hardaway Jr., right? Making what, 16 million this year? You're telling me Beasley's 2 million less than that? Like that's what I think is so interesting, is like NBA is going through a weird transition right now where you're getting like 1 or 2 stars on these teams, and then people are just re-signing their own guys to somewhat team-friendly deals because they don't want to be in this apron. That's why I keep saying, like, when Gores decides to go for it here, I think he will spend. They are going to have like a window to go for it where you're going to be in the first tax apron. You're going to be getting charged heavy on those contracts, and that's why I think if Trajan doesn't feel like now is the right time, which as much as I wanted to do a move, like I don't think you're not gonna be able to push your chips in 4 times. It's gonna have to be like a 1 or 2 time go, and that's it. But just kind of interesting to monitor.
You could. I mean, I think if you look at what the Golden State Warriors have done, they've been in, because they were able to sign all their own guys, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Draymond. Like they were so far above like any threshold, and I think I read a stat somewhere that what they paid in luxury tax was basically what every player on the team made. They played like 1x the payroll in just luxury tax.
It's crazy.
But again, they won a handful of championships. They sold out, hot ticket, right? Like if you're making money, do it.
Yeah.
And Robbie, I love your point about how it's changed versus a few years ago. There's no better example in my brain than, this will always stick with me. When I saw this contract, I couldn't believe it. Alan Crabb. Do you remember that guy? Yeah. Just like a random slightly below average, maybe average player for like a year with Portland. Dude went from making $940K a year in the 2015-2016 season to getting a 3-year deal for almost $60 million. And he was averaging like 7 or 8 points a game or something ridiculous. That would never happen now.
No. That's why like your owner does dictate in NBA now, like how successful your team is going to be. Because like, look at a guy like Cade, right? So crazy. He makes all NBA. He chews another $9 million per year in cap. Like his number went from 25, I think, to 30% of the cap now. That's a free agent. You know what I mean? That's 3 years of Dennis Schroeder gone.
Yeah.
Because and Cade deserves to make that money. It just shows you how weird this NBA cap is, where like you want these teams to be incentivized to keep their own guys. But when they end up hamstringing you like that, that's why you look at Duren and Ivy, like why you're going to have to essentially pick one, because otherwise, like you're with those 3 guys and that's it. Like you're not going to be able to add a ton more around it. That's just the nature of the NBA right now, unless you have an owner that's willing to do like what Boston or Phoenix did, where you're like, I'm going to pay 30 cents on the dollar or whatever the hell it is on every amount I go over, and you just get destroyed with hundreds of millions of dollars worth of tax bill. It's crazy.
If you win, though, some of these guys, like some of these owners will do it. It's a return on investment.
And the valuation of the franchises are going up exponentially.
Oh, like crazy.
Yeah.
Wilson, my other favorite contract is Davis Bertans.
Davis Bertans.
Remember him?
Yeah.
5 years and $80 million and average
that was
like
crazy.
Who
like
paid him
7 points.
Was it the Mavs?
Washington, of course.
Washington. Oh my
That's
god.
so on brand.
I mean,
that's like so like them.
That's horrible.
that is a Wizards move.
Yep.
Yeah.
NBA is going through a lot. Yeah, we'll see. When does free agency actually open? Is it today?
6 today.
6 tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll see.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
it is.
We'll see. So the Pistons will do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of doing nothing, I'm ready.
I'm scared.
Do you want me to should we just go off on mute?
You know what? You guys can actually just jump.
Robbie, you have the floor. Please.
Yes, thank you. This message is for all of the Steve. I'm going to use 97.1 terminology. All the Steve bots out there. Okay. Steve Yzerman. I want to start by saying legend of Detroit sports. Our captain forever. Won 4 cups. Just absolutely love the guy. Like, would not. Like, Steve Yzerman is probably the greatest captain potentially in Detroit sports history. Like, absolutely incredible. Love Stevie Y. Came over from Tampa with massive expectations of being this difference maker, this once-in-a-generation GM. Okay? Get it? Turned bad deals from Ken Holland. I got it. We are now 6 years in, going on year 7. And to me, Steve Yzerman has utterly failed in rebuilding this organization. I still love him as a player. I still hope it works out. But free agency's about to start. Trades. Wings are like in no rumors. We trade for John Gibson, which is great. I'm okay. Great. Love Gibson. A decent goalie 6 years in. Thank you very much. Like, that's congratulations. I'm super happy for you. I can run through. Steve Yzerman's handprints are all over this team. Okay. Brought back Jeff Blashill for a year, and he shouldn't have. Brought back Derek Lalone for the year. Last year, shouldn't have. Fired him less than halfway through the year. Okay. Coaching, professional player acquisition has not been good. JT Comfort, David Perron, Justin Hall, doesn't have a goalie. None of his free agent signings have done anything. Everyone loves his drafts, which is great. Do you guys see a superstar yet? I haven't seen one, and we're 6 years in. So I'm just saying, I'm disappointed with Stevie Y. I do not have faith in the Yzerplan. I bet Billy $100 that Red Wings will not make the playoffs this year, which he gladly took. So anyways, I'll get off my high horse. I had to get that off my chest. I'm disappointed. I need to see more from Stevie Y because it's been an embarrassment thus far. Thoughts and reactions from the crowd?
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. It's hard to hear you talk about my childhood hero that way, but I mean, the best thing he's done probably is trading Tarasenko today, who he signed in the first place.
What about
who he signed?
But I mean, you can't really bash
outside of the draft. Outside of the draft, he's been a good drafter. I will give them.
The drafts have been great, and I will say great. In a few of the guys have been great. And then you can't really bash signing DeBrincat, right? Like
that was a free agent. That was a trade.
Yeah,
but that was a trade. But didn't we re-sign him for 4 years?
Yeah, we essentially traded for him and then re-upped him. But Wilson, my thing there though, and I'm going to interrupt you, damn it, is that's a hometown kid that wanted to be here.
Yeah.
Can we get someone
Fair.
that doesn't want to be
Okay,
here?
that's
Like,
fair. That's fair.
DeBrincat's the one move I look at and say, like, just an awesome, like a difference maker move as a GM. That's my thing, right? He is supposed to be like the messiah of general managers. Have we seen anything that replicates messiah on anything? Yeah. I'm not asking Stanley Cup even yet. I keep hearing this excuse of like, but Steve's not trying to make the playoffs. He's trying to win the cup. We got to make the playoffs first to win the cup.
Yeah.
Newsflash.
It's a good point, man. There's been nothing that any of the three of us, other than the drafting, couldn't have
great.
at least done. Like, we could have signed DeBrincat, who wanted to be here.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. That's my and I know I'm overly exaggerating because that you guys know that's what I do, but to me, it's like I hear Steve Yzerman talk even in his pressers, and it's like there's nothing there. Like I just don't see this like desire and passion to want to be better. And that just kills me because I sometimes think in the water in Detroit, like I just want to see Stevie go for it. You know what I mean? Like, trade a Larkin if you don't think he's good enough.
It feels like pride. It feels like pride that makes him not want to say like, hey,
like I screwed up. Like we traded Jake Wallman in a 2nd-round pick last year to get him out of town. Maybe there was shit going on. I get it. But you look at this Tarasenko thing. Like people are like, what a great move by Stevie. He signed him to a 2-year deal. Like that was his signing that did not work out. I think that's where people are trying to blame this on Holland. Kenny's gone. He's been gone. We're going into year 7.
Yeah.
We're worse than the Dead Wings. Isn't that crazy to think?
And Kenny Holland's taken a team to 2 Stanley Cup finals.
It's insane.
Since he's left.
It's just...
Well, I'll throw out one counterpoint. Would you be saying this if we hadn't, not this past season, but the season before, where we completely fell apart when we had the playoffs in our grasp and we completely fell apart? If we had made the playoffs that season, like we should have, and, maybe we win a couple games or maybe we even win a series that year, would you still be saying the same thing?
I think my tone would be less aggressive because at least I could say we made the playoffs, but
because
Wilson,
that was not on him that they didn't make it that year. They were there.
He is the maestro of this team.
I know, but he put them in a position that year where they should have made the playoffs.
They did nothing at the deadline. Nothing. He added nothing at that trade deadline.
Didn't they still play pretty great after the deadline until the last month of the season?
Yeah, it was
pretty
much
much
collapse.
It was after we talked about priority waste, and then all things went to hell.
I hear you. But
no, I know.
I think we were there. I don't know what happened last year. Last year was a colossal failure. It was just terrible. But the season before, they were starting to show some promise, and that's what I think makes this feel even worse.
Yeah. No, you're right. And that, again, I want to be proven wrong, just like I was with Cade. I want to come on here and be like, yep, you were wrong. Stevie, he was playing us, right? We were playing chess. Everyone else was playing checkers. He's lining up. But you guys ever just get this? It's like this big wave of like, Steve's going to do something this year.
Yeah, I feel like that every year. And I mean, here we are right now. He freed up cap space, got rid of Tarasenko. It's the night before free agency. You're like, okay. We're going to do something, and we're going to sign another goalie probably because we just love getting goalies.
Right. But like even that, like look at the trade for Gibson, who's great, and you have Cam Talbot, who's 47, which is fine. But like, where's Kosa that we drafted, that's supposed to be this stud, right? Like, he hasn't been playing for a year. Dude's been in the minors for a couple years now. Like, it's time to come up and like prove your shit. That's the thing with these prospects is like, it's weaponizing your assets, right? Steve Valeni talks about this all the time, which I agree with this. The Tigers are in a very similar position as like, you draft well, you bring up this youth and talent. How are you going to use that? Are you going to bring those guys up and have them play? Maybe. Are you going to trade them to get bigger assets? Maybe. Or some of them just, you know what I mean? Are you going to use draft pick? Whatever it is. I just want to see more effort and more attempt to make us like the best team we can be instead of this just like Dead Wings not making the playoffs, an excuse of a franchise. Like, it's embarrassing. It's frankly embarrassing to watch.
And I was mostly just playing the other side just for the sake
of
it. But because I agree
sure.
with you, like as a storied franchise, I mean, the Red Wings, does it get better than the Red Wings in hockey?
Right.
Like, we can't accept this for this long.
Right.
And it's just they're too good of a franchise, and there's too much that we have experienced in our lives with Red Wings success to just be okay with it taking this long to come back to being a good team. Yes.
Yeah.
Wilson, that's my thing. Like I told Billy this, and I know Billy's listening because he always does. But I was bringing up Joe Dumars. We booted Dumars out of town. Booted him after he won a title.
Yeah.
This is going on year 7. We have not made the playoffs, and it's like we got to turn the smoke up a little bit and get the seat a little bit hot. That like this Yzerplan may not be everything we thought it was going to be, and it's okay to question it. Very similar to Jim Harbaugh too at Michigan, right? It took him 7 years to win, and he had to cheat to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, we had to cheat to win.
But everybody else was doing it, so it's cool. It's all good, you know.
All right.
Steve, you're really scrolling over there. I can hear you. That mouse ripping.
I know. Sorry, it's the. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to look into the Red Wings thing. You're throwing darts over at the program.
Stevie Y? Yeah, I would love to know any stat you have.
Well,
I would gladly take it.
I'm just thinking. It comes down to what he's done well is the draft. We have all the kids, right? Everyone's like, "Oh, the kids will come up. You got to build it through. It's got to be homegrown talent that comes up and plays together." By the time these kids come up, like we have the 13th pick in the draft the other night. By the time this kid comes up to the league, it'll be 2030.
Right.
And you know who's on the payroll in 2030? You got
Larkin?
Larkin, Raymond, and Sider. Which, okay, that's your core, but you have nobody else, right? Right now, you have, I think it's 18 million in cap space.
Yeah.
Right, which in hockey is a lot, right?
Goes a long way.
You're not signing Davis Bertans for 18 million. You're signing 3 guys with that 18 million dollars, right? One of them's probably a stud player. You look at Lucas Raymond making $8 million a year. He's a good ass player.
He's good. I wouldn't say he's a superstar, but he's good, right?
Yeah,
like,
he's good.
solid.
These are good ass players. And then Robbie, I think we talked about it right before Wilson jumped on. It's okay. Then you got Dylan Larkin. He's good. He's not great. Is he a tradable piece for an upgrade? And like we all have to be okay with that if that's the case.
And Steve, that's like that to me would be a difference maker. Is just like Yzerman did when he got to Tampa and he traded Martin St. Louis. That was a huge fucking deal when he got rid of him. Martin St. Louis was like meant something to Tampa when he got rid of him. And he made the move to do it. That kind of kickstarted that rebuild.
No one cared.
Right. And it's like I know he's got it in him because Steve did a lot of, but I haven't seen these same moves that he did in Tampa work out here. He hasn't run into one like he did there, right? It's like a baseball player. He hasn't gotten a home run in a while. Like we're going on year 7. I need to start seeing seeing some doubles or triples here because we're getting singles and we're striking out.
Year 7 is tough. You're getting to Al Avila territory.
Agreed.
Right? Where Brad Holmes, great. We all know what Brad Holmes has done with the Lions. We know Scott Harris we have the best Tigers team, the best team in baseball.
Still.
And then the Pistons, Trajon Langdon comes in year 1, they triple their win total and go to the playoffs. Steve Yzerman is by far the worst GM in the city right now.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
100%.
It's not even close.
Maybe that's all I need to hear is like that. We would give Holmes this heat. I'm already giving him shit for not signing anybody this offseason. We would give Langdon's got a little bit more grace. He just got here.
But if he doesn't do anything, if he doesn't make any moves the next 2 years, even just 2 more years, we will absolutely give him heat.
And then there's 3 years of Trajon Langdon where we'd be like, okay, we're kind of sick of this.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like we were with Troy Weaver. We got sick of Troy Weaver after year 2 or 3.
Yeah. And Yzerman was a captain here, so I get it. But like Alan Trammell didn't work out here. Horrible team, got fired. Like Joe Dumars won a title. We still got mad at him for signing, if he didn't have great moves at the end, I get it. But like Yzerman, right. Like there's something there for me of just trying to figure out like why is it? It's just people get blinded by the seeing number 19 in the captain. I like to hold people higher accountable. And I'm challenging Steve, you're listening. I want to see more. I want to hear more and see more from you because that's what we deserve.
Steve.
Yeah.
I love
Steve.
it. I mean, hey, everybody needs a challenge sometimes.
And
yeah.
Nobody better to give it to him than take the points.
Yeah.
Boom.
I got to bounce. You guys keep going, but I got to bounce. This has been great. Good to see you guys. Love you.
Okay.
Wilson.
Wow.
Love you, brother. See you.
Just getting bailed on.
Boom. Wilson.
That's fine.
You don't need me. You don't need
Wow.
me.
Okay.
All right. See you guys.
Okay. See you, Wilson.
Where are you,
later?
Mac's girlfriend? Just leaving.
Are you still talking to her? What are we doing here? No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, I'm sorry. I got a little hot and bothered there, Steve. I know. I'm a little, and I don't know, Steve, I listen to Detroit sports radio. I read too much online probably. And maybe I'm just getting a victim of like getting stuck in the vortex of negativity, but I just feel like there's too many Steve bots out there that are refused to question, and it's like everything the man does is like it got touched with gold.
Yeah.
And I just think it's okay to have higher expectations of our teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd say that you'd be stuck in the vortex of negativity if you were getting pissed at like what the Pistons end up doing in free agency. Right. And like, let's just curb your expectations right off the bat. Like, don't text me at 11 o'clock tonight with that little meme of like the poking the stick that says, do something.
Which I will, which I will.
I know you will. That's what I'm trying to level set right now.
I know.
But it is different 7 years in. Okay, you got to brink it. Great. Right. What about you got Cop and Comfort? Okay, cool.
It's solid depth
pieces, but again, also, $11 million between the two guys.
Yeah, they're making a lot. And like I think you got to sign too. Yeah, and I think the other piece of the Yzerman situation is, you hear him saying in his press conference, well, there's a lot of guys out there and a lot of free agents. It's like Detroit used to be a destination. It meant something to put on that sweater.
Yeah, sure.
Of like an original 6 team. And I think the more and more losing we have like this, the ability for someone to say like, man, I really want to go play in Detroit. Now it's like, I got to go play in Detroit. So now you're having to overpay guys, right? It's like what Cade's doing for the Pistons, hopefully, right? You're going to recruit guys that want to come play for you.
Yeah.
Because they want to play with good players. Like, is Larkin a guy that's going to attract players? I don't know. I hope Larkin works. I think he's a decent center. I don't think he's a superstar. Mm-hmm. It's hard to find a superstar, obviously. This is a hard job, but I think there's more. I want to see more. And maybe he's going to do more before this podcast even comes out, and this is going to be a moot point. But as it sits right now, it just feels like it's been an underwhelming 6 years. And the start of year 7 so far has been pretty underwhelming.
It has been. Opinion. I mean, yeah. Trading Tarasenko today is a move. That tells me, but we've been here before, right? We're going to have the space. We can go get somebody. And in hindsight, too, like, should we have gone out and got Steven Stamkos last year? Probably not. I would have been fine with it, but also, like, you want a young. This is where I'm saying, like, you have to make a trade. You got a bunch of kids in the system. You got 2 goalies on your roster and 2 good goalies in the minors.
Yep.
Trade Kosa. Insert
Augustine,
young player here. Right, exactly.
I mean, you could trade. I mean, look at Augustine. He's going back to Michigan State. He's not even coming up yet. Like, you're
right.
He's 3 years away. I mean, Kosa should be ready to go now, right? This is his time, and I'm sure he'll be the 3rd goalie unless they re-sign Alex Lyon. It's just like I look at our team, and clearly Wilson commented on it too when we fell apart last year and the year before. You can't tell me, Steve, there's something in that locker room, man. Something doesn't smell right. Like 2 years in a row, you have like a really bad collapse. I know you changed coaches last year, but what the hell are the odds of that? Like 2 back-to-back years you choke down the stretch, and Yzerman does nothing at the deadline either year.
And Dylan Larkin calls that out.
And I actually love that he did. And if like they got a little spat, and I'm sure he was like, "Listen, Dylan, shut your mouth. Like I'm the captain here, and I'm gonna run this ship."
My jersey's hanging up here at LCA. Yours isn't.
Right. And do you think this relates at all to Chris Ilitch too? We can obviously transition to the Tigers. Like Tigers have been doing great. Harris has been doing great, but it's like the Tigers have been doing kind of exactly what I think Yzerman's been trying to do, is like build through the youth and like player development. And Scott Harris in 2-3 years has done more than Yzerman's done in 6. And I would argue a sport that can be harder to develop players than anything,
Yeah. I mean, Scott Harris, though, he does have it's tough because a lot of those guys that are coming up now are still Al Avila guys.
Yeah, 100%.
Dylan Dingler, Austin, Parker Meadows, right? So
all of them, Green, like every damn guy we got,
right? But they're better than they ever have been because of the process and the system that I think Scott Harris has implemented there. So,
and we had to endure how many years of Avila pretty much doing nothing, right?
It's 7 or 8 years. He started trading those guys away in 2016.
And that to me is kind of the back and forth, right? Of I balance it myself too, of like I want to see some, but like sometimes you win free agency, you don't always win regular season. That's like I can make a very rare exception for, like, you could look at the Lions. I hope you agree, Steve. Like they were to add like a stud defensive end, like I really think they're maybe one player away from winning a freaking Super Bowl.
Sure.
Like that's a rare circumstance that happens. I'm not saying the Red Wings are there. I don't want them to mortgage the future. I just want to see some better moves and like those one or two bold moves that you're like, man,
yeah,
that was a shrewd move.
And
that
is
like
it
got
really
us over
mortgaging
the
the future when you have Raymond, Larkin, and Seider on your team signed up long term?
Yeah. And they got a ton of guys coming up, right? Like a ton of dudes coming up.
Exactly.
So,
right. So yeah, I don't, Edvinson, again, another guy that they can go out and extend.
Yeah, he's and you know what? Like you look where the Red Wings need help. They need help in the defensive end without a doubt. Like they're really outside of Edvinson and Seider that are going to be your top two. You got, Ben Sherratt, Body Roddy in the back. Another eyes. He signed him to a 4 or 5 year deal when he first got here. Justin Hall doesn't even dress anymore, right? Like you had Dan Petrie's kid playing last year, like was absolutely horrible. Like it's just those things that's like you could do that for a couple years. I'm just ready to see more.
Right.
And like I think Steve, even transitioning to the Tigers, which I hope you agree, like this is a big deadline for them. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like you're on the cusp of potentially doing something really special.
Yeah.
And it's like I hold them to a different level than I hold Yzerman now because the Tigers have shown they had a run. They did what no one thought was possible.
And you have the best pitcher in baseball.
Oh, dude, how awesome was last night?
He's insane. I mean, he's so good.
Like, are you all in on signing him at this point? You feel like just suck it up?
Yeah, I'm in on signing him because it's not my money. And there's no salary cap in baseball. You don't have the apron thing like you do
in basketball.
In the NBA, so go pay these guys, man.
God,
there's no reason you should have, and not because I think maybe I'd feel different if we already had like $145 million payroll. We're going to add $40 million a year in school to that, but your payroll outside of Javi Baez is like $70 million a year.
Yeah, bad. There's like nothing.
There's like you're not paying anybody, and you made a great move with Colt Keith, signing him to a team-friendly deal early. You should do that with McGonigal when he comes up. You should do that with Max Clark when he comes up.
Yeah,
that's a good model to implement moving forward, and then have a couple studs.
Yeah, I'm probably going to re-sign. I would re-sign Glaber this year without a doubt
for sure.
I'd give him a. I don't know. McGonigal's a couple years. I don't know. You're going to give him a 3-year deal, 3-4 year deal maybe for Torres. I would do it in a heartbeat.
McGonigal can probably. I think he'd end up being a shortstop still anyway.
Yeah. So
in the base, so why not?
How about this new development now with Cole Keith going to third base? That's really opened up big options on what they can do now with the lineup. You know what I mean? With him playing third, his bat needs to be in that lineup too.
Yeah, he was drafted as a third baseman and a pitcher too. Fun fact.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was a two-way player.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if he can hold at third base, here's the thing: you just need guys like that to be average.
Yeah,
you just need an average third baseman. If you're going to be a hot bat, just be an average third baseman. Right? You don't need Brandon Inge out there diving and making plays and then striking out six times a night.
Yeah, right. There's only so many spots in your roster where you can have either a dead bat or a dead field guy, right? Like that's you can hide them. You can, if you look right. Normally, you typically see people get hidden in either right or left field.
Yeah.
Generally, I think it's right field is where you hide, or like first base, or your DH. That's where Torque's not moving from first.
No way.
If your right fielder is going to be Carpenter, hopefully his hammies okay, or Perez, like they're going to be your right fielders. You're not moving Green. You're not moving. Parker's been really fucking struggling. We should probably call that out too. But
I just heard today he's actually 10 for his last 30.
I mean, his OPS is he's striking out too much, but he didn't have spring training, so it is what it is.
Right,
but
he missed a lot of time.
Are you still on the pitching train for the deadline, or are you thinking right-handed bat? What's your vibe?
I could be convinced into anything.
Yeah.
I think if you make a strong enough case to go and get a pitcher, or to go and get a relief pitcher, or to go and get a right-handed bat, or to go and get a left-handed bat, I could be convinced. Because I think what we have right now is fragile.
Yeah.
In the sense that we're only as good as like the sum of our parts.
Yeah, I agree.
And there's no real, aside from Riley Green, who's absolutely been killing it, aside from being a huge strikeout machine.
Dude, he's going to have like 200 strikeouts.
Yeah,
he's pacing
we
over
looked
that.
we looked at it at the game. What he had.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he have 100 or like 98 or something? It's insane.
He had 100 strikeouts and 300 at bats. You're striking out 1/3 of the time. That's terrible. But
his OPS though is still like 900 or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean he gets extra base
slugging
hits.
So good, right?
And he's hitting. He's hitting for average too. But aside from Green, Torque's fallen off. Colt Keith is heating up a little bit. Gleyber Torres has been really reliable.
Yeah,
but
McKinstry's
been reliable too. But how long can that go on? And then Kerry Carpenter,
in the playoffs,
right?
And
Kerry
in the playoffs,
Carpenter
are we going to see
cold.
Yeah.
Austin Meadows, like we just mentioned. So I think we could use.
Shout out Austin Meadows.
Is that what I said? I meant Parker. Austin Meadows. I don't know what he's doing. Hope he's okay.
I agree. I do hope he's okay. That was rough.
Yeah.
Rough
so
story.
I could be convinced of anything with the Tigers. I think
and I feel like they're going to. I feel like they're going to do something. I know Scott Harris came out and said we're evaluating. Like my guess is at minimum, you're going to get a reliever, potentially a righty and a lefty, and then I don't think they're going to add to starting pitching. It just doesn't feel like they will. I don't know why. I feel like with Flaherty, Skubal, and Olsen hopefully coming back, and Mize is pitching so great.
Yeah,
it feels like that'd be a costly acquisition to get at the deadline unless they're getting someone that they have locked in for a couple of years. It feels like it's going to be reliever and then
or if it's a rental on a low end deal. There's the thing, Alex Cobb. What's this guy doing?
Yeah,
he's been coming back for the last 2 months.
Yeah, his hips are then one hip was bad. Then he had to get a shot in the other hip. His hips are dead.
Yeah,
we paid him $15 million a year.
Yeah, you're
for 1 year.
Go to bed. Dude. Just go. Just lay down.
Yeah, old. I think it's time. Although we could use him, so maybe come back up first.
Yeah.
How about your Central Michigan boys, huh? McKinstry and was it Dylan, whatever the hell his name is?
Ian Ends or something.
Yeah, Ends coming up. Dietrich Ends.
Dietrich Ends. Yeah.
You're fire up. My dad was so pumped. He just was like fire up chips all day because it
reminds me of Dietrich Furs. Remember those commercials back in the day?
Yes, I do.
Dietrich Furs. We have people wearing mink coats.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out Wilson. Last night saved my life.
Mm-hmm.
You should audition.
No, I already tried. Yeah, the chips have been great.
Dude, McKinstry's been so good.
Yeah,
He's been
McKinstry's been really good. But
we got a month to go to the deadline.
I know, and I know you guys laughed at me last time, but you do look at someone like Justin Verlander out in San Francisco.
Oh yeah,
and they've been fine without him.
They're not trading him to us. Would you stop?
Dude, he might just say, you know what, let me get out of here. It's not working out for him, and just like he did in New York with the Mets.
Yeah,
just not for me. Get me out of here. He's on a 1-year deal. He's old. Imagine him coming back here, finishing his career at the Tigers, winning a World Series, and being like the Kenny Rogers, right? That number 5 starter, number 4 starter.
Damn it. You can't bring up Kenny Rogers. Come on. I love Kenny Rogers.
I'm just saying, could he do that? That could be his role this year.
I mean, here's the thing. I wouldn't be mad at it. It just depends what the cost is, cost of acquisition.
The cost is going to be, it's going to be nothing to get him out of there.
Here's a hot take question, and then we can wrap. But I know we're at 48 minutes. Steve, Justin Verlander, Tarek Skubal. Game 7, you got to have someone on the mound. JV all day, without a doubt.
In their prime?
Yeah, in their prime.
JV all day. Yeah.
I figured I'm with you because JV just did it longer, but Skubal's starting to get into that territory of every time he watches, I'm just waiting for a miracle. I'm waiting to watch.
You're on no-hitter watch every time,
100%.
Basically, but that's how Verlander was.
I thought he was throwing a no-hitter last night.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Yep. But they had the thing is, Verlander's been in Game 7s.
Yeah, I know,
and closed it down. Right,
dude. Those games against Oakland.
Remember those games? Oh my god, so good.
He was so good.
The Yankee was so good.
And Skubal's one big game. I guess he had that great game in Cleveland in Game 2 last year.
Yeah, and then Game 5, but he was good until it was one bad pitch.
Grand Slam. Yeah, the Grand Slam killed him.
JV was prime JV, man. Those closeout games.
Plus, you got Rod and Mario on the call. I mean,
like JV, 7 innings, 8 strikeouts, 1 earned run.
God,
and
was so good.
We'd win 3-1. Awesome.
Him and that big ass. Him and Scuba both have big asses.
Easy.
You know?
This is a family show.
They do. How about Scuba's leg kick? That thing gets up and going.
Yeah,
that thing is
that's Verlander-esque.
They
both had those big, powerful leg kicks.
Imagine if they could be on the same team for a season.
That's what are you now just buying into my?
Are you thinking did we just become best friends?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah, we did.
Let's get him. We'll get Eugenio Suarez back here too. We're just bringing the
bring
band
Jose Iglesias back.
Can we get Nick Castellanos back here too? We could get some old timers here. JD Martinez, Mets just offered him a contract. Bring him back too.
Yeah.
Let's go. Those were the glory days of the Tigers, man. Those were like, do you still have a different feeling about this Tigers team than that, where you just were more confident than others' team? Like, do you ever find yourself pinching yourself with this team? Like, is this really going to hold? Like, I still find myself doing that, you know?
Yeah, but not pinching myself, but I'm just kind of shocked every time I see, I guess anytime I see, because who did we just, when we dropped that first game to the Twins, I was like, here it goes.
I was at that game too. I was pissed.
I was like, this is where it all starts to crumble.
Right. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop.
And then they go out and win the next 2, and Scooble dominates. Like, okay, well, the problem is you don't have on offense. You don't have Riley Green is very good, but you don't have like the Miggy Vmart, the Miggy Prince Fielder.
Right. Yeah. Torque's just not going to be that guy.
No, his excitement is very low. The excitement around him is very low now compared to what it was to start the season, where he's going to be a 230 hitter with power.
He's going to be Adam Dunn is who I relate him to. He's going to be like
great comparison.
I think Adam Dunn at the end of his career for the Sox was hitting like 200, but he would get like 30 bombs.
Yeah.
He'd be like, well, okay, that's what we're going to get. And although he's been playing better on first base, which is great. He brings some defensive,
Yeah, but his first base
capabilities, but yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? You're not looking for a stud defensive player there.
And maybe that's where if you plug in another if you had one more guy in that lineup, like a Gleyber Torres type guy, where now you're going, let's say it's Parker leading off or whatever, then you're going, you call it Torres, maybe it's Carp, whatever. Then you go to Green, then you got like just one more guy in that 5th spot that then gets you to Colt Keith and Zach McKinstry and down the line. Now that lineup is now we're getting somewhere. That's where at the deadline I'm like, man, like what if you went and got a Bo Bichette?
I would love that. We've been saying that for a long time. I mean, that would be great. And I think when you look at the Colt Keiths, the Dylan Dingler, and like Parker Meadows of the world, right? You want those guys to be the break, right? You want pitchers to be like, okay, this is the easy part of the lineup, and that's still not an easy part of the lineup, right? Any one of those guys can kill you.
Right. That's where like a Zach McKinstry comes into play okay, if you move Colt Keith to 3rd, everyone's like, oh, McKinstry now becomes your Swiss Army knife. He becomes your missile you can put anywhere. He's your Donnie Kelly baby, right? Like you want to play him in right, great. You want to play him in left, good. Like, because who knows what Baez is going to keep holding out. Now you saw they sent Trey Sweeney down, which means Baez is pretty much playing at short every damn day now.
Yeah,
he's going to be you know what I mean? He's going to be playing at short. So yeah, it's like, how do you make these roster decisions hard now with Veerling back up too? Like you have a stronger team. It's like you're one bat away from like pushing everybody down in the lineup. Like imagine Torque hitting 5th or 6th.
Awesome.
Like I take that all day. Low pressure, still got a chance to bring guys in front of them. It's exciting when you see what kind of Lion-esque here, in my opinion, right? Of like you're 1 or 2 potentially monster moves away from really, really being in a position to make a run at this thing.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think, there's players to be added all over the league. You look at how many teams are just so far out of it already. Yeah. Even these teams who are, 2 or 3 games behind the wild card. I'm looking at the Angels, the Rangers, the Guardians, the Red Sox. They're going to have to make a decision and say, hey, we're just going to punt this year.
Yeah. I'll be curious. This will be interesting. This is going to be the first real go for Harris of like, we got to buy. Like, it'll be interesting to see what he parts with and stuff. Like,
Yeah. I think he's going to be a little frugal in the sense that
For sure.
You're not going to see Kevin McGonigal go. You're not going to see Max Clark go. You're not going to see Chris Rodriguez go. He's our top international guy. Kid's only 17.
Like a guy like Lorenzo might go. You might see him traded. Like that's. But again, you know, Steve, you know it's better than anybody. To get somebody good, you got to give up stuff. You're not trading Wencel Perez and like Javi Baez for Bo Bichette. Like that shit ain't happening. You know what I mean?
But that's a good point though. You might have to give up Wencel Perez and 100%. A prospect.
Could happen,
right? Because Wencel Perez, he's a MLB ready player and he's playing great right now.
Yep.
So that's gonna be tough.
Right.
Right.
If there's any surplus position we have, it is in the outfield right now, right? You got Green, you got Meadows, you have Carpenter.
You have Vierling, and then Zach McKinstry can play anywhere, just like that. So it'll be interesting. But that's the thing with prospects. I know we talked about this at the game the other day. Gleyber Torres was at one time the number one prospect in baseball. And he signed a 1-year deal with the Tigers.
I did not know that. I was not aware that was a situation.
Yep. I believe he was number one. If not he was a top 10 baseball prospect. Or look at Wander Franco, right? With Tampa Bay. He was the number one prospect in baseball, and he's a sexual predator.
That's why,
right? Like
that's why baseball's so screwed up. It's so damn hard to make it. These guys are under contract for 15 years. Like it's just the whole thing screwed up.
So you could, in theory, Max Clark, our number one prospect, could be, he could be the next Grover Cleveland or Andy Dirks.
Yep.
You know, these guys that just don't make it.
Right. Or that's why you got to.
Brennan Bosch, right? Bucks. Like remember Brennan Bosch? Like who knows if you're getting Brennan Bosch or are you getting, the reincarnation of Torrey Hunter with Max Clark.
And that's where, again, free agency, and you can't do that now, but that's where in the offseason, it's like, look at the Tigers offseason. They had a damn good offseason.
Yeah.
Tommy Kahnle, 1 year, $7 million, been a stud. Gleyber Torres is going to be starting second baseman in the All-Star game. I mean, he's right up against it with Jackson Holliday this year going to be starting second baseman. And then you obviously got Alex Cobb that hasn't done anything, but like those two guys in themselves has been great. And look at that, the catcher we had that got sent down when Rogers came back up. Like he was playing out of his mind. Like it's been guy in after guy. Like they are just like, does not matter. Someone goes down, Wencel Perez, come on up. Dude has like 1,000 OPS.
Yeah.
It's like
next man up mentality.
But I think playoffs, that changes. I do think big lights, we saw it last year, they were struggling in the playoffs.
Which
they could not
again goes to the point. This is where you need a guy. You need a guy that has been there before, ideally. It would be great to get Kyle Tucker from the Cubs, but the Cubs are...
Yeah, no way. They're not trading.
They're not right, but he's on a 1-year deal. Like they talked about moving him. So
No way.
No, they would never, but...
And then even as our teams, Toronto's peaked up again. Like you've had some of these teams that have perked up. That's why this next month is more important, not just for the Tigers. You're going to see who's going to fall off. Like if the Twins keep losing, not that I want anybody necessarily on the Twins, but like if the Twins, Royals, teams like that keep losing, these guys are going to sell without a doubt.
Yep.
And that's
Rangers.
where you go. Hopefully, hopefully you go buy. If I'm Harris, my guess is he's going to want someone that's got some term, just because if he's going to give up an asset. But anyways, we'll be actively monitoring like we always do on our trade.
We will be actively monitoring the situation for you as a listener, so don't feel like you have to be on top of it. We will be on top of it for you.
Make sure to check out Big Daddy Steve on YouTube, right? We got a little cross pod.
Yeah, sure.
Steve's doing a little DIY YouTube page, so make sure to check him out.
Back out there, and trying to spruce up our Take the Points content as well. I love this platform we've been using is great for recording, but for the editing, it has been a little left to be desired. So
we're like, would you say, I'm trying to do a comparison. Are we thinking we're like 5th or 6th starter type level? Like, are we talking Kenta Maeda, or are we like, you've been like Casey Mize? Like, where are we at?
What, the platform?
Yeah.
Probably Casey Mize.
Who's been solid, but not like he's not He's not a stud.
It was the number one overall pick, though. So
yeah, true. I was struggling to come up with our pitchers because we've had so damn many of them. I was like, Kenta.
Yeah,
Kenta.
We'd like to at least get to like Reese Olson level.
Yeah. Okay.
So
great. I'm okay with that. We'll handle that.
Yeah, so we're trying to get to zest up the content here a little bit.
Well, keep it going, Steve. I know we all appreciate you very much.
You got to bring something to the table. You guys make it pretty clear that I need to be better. So,
well, honesty is a big part of this podcast.
True. Yeah.
Lou, this was great. I know we're coming up on an hour. Wilson had to bounce. Just Steve-O and I bringing you home here. I think that's all we got. Hopefully we'll be back next week. Hope everyone has a nice 4th of July or holiday weekend, even if you don't celebrate it, which you probably are if you're listening to this podcast. But
yeah, it's not a religious holiday. This is 4th of July.
But we could get some international folks. Maybe we got some international listeners that are immigrants and don't live in the U.S. Come on.
Fair enough.
Just
and
saying.
to
you know what I'm saying?
Folks listening, Danke Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Okay, well, Steve, take us out. Come on.
Right, well,
you can do this.
Now I'm spaced out. Thank you again for listening to yet another episode 65, because I started counting them, of Take the Points. And we will see you next time Take the Points.
A true underdog podcast. See, we nailed it. There we go.
We killed it. Home run.
All right,
Spencer Corkbow.